you all. You know that today Des Moines University celebrates a transitioning chapter in our history as we install Angela L. Walker Franklin as our 15th president. The roots of this university can be traced back to 1898, when a group of individuals had the stamina and resolve to start a new school of osteopathic medicine in Des Moines, Iowa. That stamina and resolve continues to the present as we seek to be recognized as the preeminent educational resource for the 9 healthcare programs we offer. Guiding the university are the members of the Board of Trustees, who now enter the stage area to witness the processional and celebrate the installation of a new president. Certainly, we all owe a great deal of gratitude to the board for the vision, dedication, and oversight provided during the past years. We are especially grateful today for their collective wisdom in the selection of our 15th president and for their support as our new president outlines her strategic priorities. I would also like to recognize the 4 students in uniform standing to my left. The students are participating in the Military Health Professional Scholarship Program, and upon their graduation will serve in the respective military branches as healthcare providers to America's servicemen and women. May they be forever spared from harm as they protect our country here and those abroad. Marshals, please prepare to begin the processional. Des Moines University welcomes to our ceremony the delegates from visiting colleges and universities, as well as delegates from professional and learned societies. These delegates represent our educational and professional colleagues here in Des Moines in the state of Iowa, as well as from throughout the nation. We want to particularly recognize our guests from Meharry Medical College in Nashville, Tennessee, who are here to honor their former Executive Vice President and Provost and our new President. Also represented in the processional is Furman University, our new President's alma mater, where she now proudly serves as a member of the Board of Trustees. I now direct your attention to the west doorway, where faculty, alumni, and administrators are entering the hall. Many of the members of our faculty are also alumni, so we thought it fitting and appropriate that they march as a cohesive group. The university's faculty is composed of 120 full and part-time members teaching on campus to support our 9 academic programs. The university is also supported by adjunct and clinical faculty members, some of whom are involved in the training of our students in clinics and hospitals throughout the country. Our alumni body consists of 9,000 living alumni who serve with compassion and care to meet the healthcare needs and challenges of this nation. Entering through the east aisle are the student representatives. Des Moines University boasts an enviable record of recruiting high-achieving students with an uncommon sense of service. As a department chair and professor of family medicine, I have the privilege of working with many of these students and can personally reflect on several themes that emerge as we relate to what makes our student body so remarkable. First is the way that students and faculty connect on our campus. Students relate stories of faculty being available in the library the night before an exam, of review sessions to clarify concepts, and just spending time in the office to clear heads as well as calm hearts. A second theme is that it has always been the nature of our students to support each other and work together. They believe it's important to participate, to be involved, to take advantage of learning opportunities available through student clubs and community outreach activities, as evidenced by the listing of clubs and special interest groups participating in this ceremony today. Will the audience please rise? I now direct your attention again to the west entry, where we welcome the platform party, composed of the program participants, including the deans representing the university's 3 colleges, the College of Osteopathic Medicine and Surgery, the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery, and the College of Health Sciences. Confirm our academic traditions, the mace bearer is now entering the hall with the mace, a symbol of the authority invested in the president by the Board of Trustees. The mace is adorned with the university seal, a symbol of office and authority. The chairman of the Board of Trustees, Dr. James Grecken, carries the medallion, which will be presented to our new president at the investiture. Delegates and all in our community, we are pleased to welcome our honoree, Dr. Angela Walker Franklin, to the hall to join the procession that symbolically begins the transition leading to her investiture as Des Moines University's 15th president. Dr. Franklin is an accomplished academic leader with more than 20 years of experience in progressively responsible positions at Morehouse School of Medicine and more recently, Meharry Medical College in Nashville, Tennessee, where she served as Executive Vice President and Provost prior to accepting the presidency of Des Moines University. Shortly after her arrival in Des Moines, she expressed a great deal of satisfaction to be in a position to shape the next generation of healthcare providers and to have an impact that is long-lasting at our academic health center. Dr. Franklin, we welcome you to Des Moines University and offer you our full support at a very exciting time in our history. Our students will now retire the banners in their holders.
Ready, up. Okay, folks. Ready? Up. Recover. About. Wait.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the presiding official for today's ceremony, Dr. Larry J. Baker, Chairman-elect of the Board of Trustees.
Good morning. Welcome. Would you please remain standing for our national anthem, which will be sung by the Des Moines University Choir. The anthem will be followed by America the Beautiful, sung by Karen Parks, a renowned opera singer and soprano who has performed with major opera houses and concert halls in this country as well as in Europe. Ms. Parks is a close friend of Dr. Franklin from their college days together at Furman University. She has chosen to honor their long-standing friendship with performances at today's ceremony.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you to the members of the choir and to Ms. Parks. And thank you to Ms. Parks for an excellent performance, and to the student orchestra who entertained us in the West Lobby entering earlier this morning. We extend our thanks and gratitude to our military students for their contributions to today's ceremony. Please join me. President Franklin, members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished faculty, students, honored delegates, guests, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you to the installation of Angela Walker Franklin as the 15th president of our Des Moines University. Today, we call upon a new president to provide leadership and vision for this university. Serving in this capacity is not for the faint of heart, as our healthcare system is facing unprecedented challenges. Continuing advances in the art and science of medicine are creating new challenges and opportunities for administrators and faculty in academic medicine and the associated programs. However, regardless of the period in our history, we have survived and prospered because of the dedication and determination of our faculty and leadership. I have no doubt that those characteristics will continue for years to come. With the installation of a new president, we are entering a new chapter full of optimism and resolve. We are pleased that you have joined us on this occasion to share our hopes, our traditions, and our pride. It is now my pleasure to announce greetings in honor of our new president. Dr. Richard Ryan served as the university's 13th president from 1996 until 2002. He brought with him a solid reputation as an academic leader at Tufts University Medical School, and during his tenure at DMU, he dedicated himself to enhancing the academic reputation of our programs. Dr. Ryan, it's my pleasure to welcome you back to your Des Moines University.
I welcome you to this ceremony, which I remember very well back a few years. And I also remember the welcome that I received from this community. I remember Governor Ray calling me within the first days to invite me to his home to meet the citizens of this wonderful community. It was that outreach from him and from so many people, colleagues and in other colleges and universities here in Iowa, that welcomed me. And I know I speak for each and every one of you that we welcome Angela Franklin, this accomplished academic leader and sensitive person to our community. She has, I am sure, already enchanted many of you. We are gathered here today to celebrate, to support, and to encourage Dr. Franklin as she is installed as the 15th president of Des Moines University. We welcome her husband, Thaddeus, her proud and loving children, and we know how very proud they are of her and how tenderly we will take care of them. For she will have many challenges. In these grave times in our nation, each and every one of us is challenged, but so very much more are those who lead our academic institutions. The challenge of controlling the cost, meeting the needs of our students, our faculty, and also meeting the needs of our community will keep her very, very busy. You will hear from the Honorable Louis Sullivan, who has been a mentor throughout Dr. Franklin's career. We are so very proud to have him here. Dr. Sullivan, as you know, served as U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services from 1989 to 1993. We look forward to your comments, Mayor Carney, and to the contributions of our faculty, board, students, and friends. For we have much to celebrate in the successful search of the search committee. Very often we forget the time and effort that people put into this process, and the yield here is just phenomenal. And finally, we welcome, with common purpose and celebration, the academic leaders represented in the colleges, institutions, and societies who are here present. Who is this charming and distinguished academic leader who comes to serve the city of Des Moines, Iowa, and our institution, Des Moines University? In brief, she is a 1981 Phi Beta Kappa graduate of Furman University. She is that same person. She has grown and matured over the years in more and more significant responsibility while being an active professor, advancing over those years from assistant professor to full professor, to dean, to vice presidential positions, to provostial positions. We welcome you, Angela. We are here to support you, and we wish you well, because we will be standing there behind you to make sure that your dreams for excellence are achieved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ryan. This university and the city of Des Moines have had a special relationship. In the earliest years, when the struggling college faced severe economic woes, it was the leader and leaders of this great city who stepped in to offer assistance. In present times, the university has been a valued member of the community by providing free services, from sports physicals and screenings to assistance for the homeless to educational programs for students in our city schools. It is now my pleasure to call upon the Mayor of Des Moines, the Honorable Frank County, to extend greetings on behalf of our great city. Mayor.
I want to welcome all of you to Des Moines. As Mayor of Des Moines, I want to be one of the first to officially give you that welcome to this city. We know that many of you are from out of state and traveled from a long ways away, either by plane or train or car. And so we hope that you get a chance to reach out and experience our city and see this city for all it has to offer. Des Moines University is very important to our city. Former President Ryan, I would like to thank you and the DMU Board of Trustees back in 1999 for taking a look at how this university relates to this city and making the proper name change, which Des Moines University, we proudly recognize that and your efforts to get that done. So we know how much you love our city and you chose to put it in your name. So thank you very much. And I want to personally thank all of you who have been part of this fine institution through the years. Your location is in the heart of our city, and although I must admit that I'm not deep into a medical background, I do know for a body to be strong and healthy, you must have a strong heart. And your location in the heart of our city helps our entire region and this whole area thrive. President Franklin, I recall the first week when you came to Des Moines, and after you arrived, you told me how excited you were to be in this city and in this position. After getting to know you over the last 6 months, let me tell you, we too are excited to have you here. And know already of your involvement and interest in being an integral part of our city and our entire community. We will benefit from you being here. It is my distinct honor on behalf of the city of Des Moines to officially welcome you, your husband Thaddeus, and your 3 sons to Des Moines.
Thank you, Mayor County. Every city is defined by key leaders and key companies known for a special commitment to the community and its citizens. Bankers Trust Company is one such community partner in Des Moines. And a key leader with Bankers Trust is Renee Hardman, Senior Vice President, Human Resources, whose leadership, service, and volunteerism set a standard few others can follow. Des Moines University is also pleased to recognize Renee as the 2009 honoree for the Blanton Scholarship Dinner and a member of the Presidential Search Committee responsible for selecting today's honoree. Ladies and gentlemen, Renee Hardman.
Good morning to the Honorable Mayor, Frank County, Des Moines University past presidents, Board of Trustees, Dr. Angela Walker Franklin, her loving family, distinguished alumni, faculty, students, friends, and guests. It is an honor and an esteemed privilege to bring greetings and congratulatory remarks to Des Moines University on this most important occasion of the inauguration of your 15th president, Dr. Angela Walker Franklin. I had the opportunity to meet Dr. Franklin on September 22, 2010, in my capacity as a member of the selection committee. And oh, what a day it was. Since then, I have come to know her as a friend and sorority sister of the largest public service sorority in the country, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Many of her sorors are here today. When Dr. Franklin asked me to give greetings, I was both honored and humbled to take part in this meaningful celebration. She didn't tell me, however, that I'd be following the mayor, which is always a hard act to follow. When we think of Des Moines University, we know that over its 113-year history, it has a rich and distinguished reputation. Des Moines University is the largest medical school in Iowa and the second oldest osteopathic school in the country. It is ranked one of the top 20 largest medical schools in the nation, offering 9 graduate degrees. Des Moines University recognizes over close to 1,300 alumni living and working in the Golden Circle. In 2010, Des Moines University received the Des Moines Partnership Diversity Award in recognition of its commitment to diversity. As a proud African American woman working for a company such as Bankers Trust, which diversity is part of our DNA under the leadership of our President and CEO, Suku Radia, Des Moines University has clearly demonstrated its commitment to women and minorities, which is evident in by this inauguration today. Des Moines University, you have made us all proud. Des Moines University is a treasure in this community. It is most poised more than ever in continuing its outreach, its volunteerism, donating professional expertise to nonprofits, facilitating workshops on global healthcare issues, and so much more. Des Moines University's values consist of excellence, learning, leadership, collaboration, stewardship, professionalism, humanism, and social responsibility. These values and so much more will take on greater meaning with the leadership of Dr. Angela Franklin. This community eagerly awaits the endless possibilities and contributions of this fine institution. We know that your rich heritage and your good standing will be enhanced, and that Des Moines University will continue to serve as an invaluable corporate partner. As I close, I say to my friend, my sorority sister, Dr. Angela Franklin, to her family, to Des Moines University, that the best is yet to come. Congratulations, Dr. Angela Walker Franklin, the 15th president of Des Moines University. May you continue to be blessed and know that you will be loved, and we will support you throughout all of your endeavors. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, Renee. Investiture is the formal presentation and confirmation of office. As are so many academic traditions, it is rooted in the Middle Ages, when investiture ceremonies typically signaled the transfer of office by the religious, clerics, or a political monarchy. Investiture of a university president symbolizes the bestowing of power to the president with the presentation of the university medallion and other institutional artifacts. Prior to the investiture, we will witness calls to service from constituents who are key stakeholders in the academic mission of Des Moines University. These calls will place before Dr. Franklin some of the challenges and opportunities facing the university as it strives to fulfill its hopes and aspirations. We will first hear from student representatives of each of the university's 3 colleges, and then from representatives of the faculty, the administration, and the alumni, who will take their turn at the podium to deliver their calls to service.
Good morning and welcome. My name is Matthew Treat, class president of the 2012 Physician Assistant class and student representative of the College of Health Sciences. I would like to thank you for allowing me to come and speak today as we celebrate Dr. Franklin's inauguration and a new chapter in Des Moines University's history. Currently, Des Moines University's campus is bustling with activity as students are settling into their professional programs to become part of the university's community. As the school year continues forward, I find myself remembering my first year of graduate school, spent studying late for pharmacology tests, exciting moments in the simulation laboratory, and the many meetings I was able to attend. It was at one of these meetings that I was first introduced to our new president and was able to discuss the importance of incorporating interprofessional education into the curriculum. With the help of first-year students Jeff Stein, Akash Shaw, and Jacob Halverson, we worked alongside faculty committees to brainstorm new ways to promote interprofessional education at Des Moines University. According to the World Health Organization, interprofessional education is achieved when students from two or more professions learn about, from, and with each other to enable effective collaboration and improve health outcomes. This is an integral education standard for students pursuing a career in medicine. Interprofessional education leads to the formation of a collaborative, practice-ready health workforce that is better prepared to respond to local health needs. Our university has already begun to incorporate interprofessional education through the use of multidisciplinary teams working through a case scenario and simulation laboratory. Similarly, classes such as anatomy, physiology, geriatrics, and nutrition are composed of DO, PT, DPM, and PA students. As a second-year PA student on rotations, it is exciting for me to return to campus and watch as progress is made to teach students the value of understanding their own profession while simultaneously discovering the value of other health professionals they will encounter throughout their careers. Dr. Franklin, my call to you is to continue the incorporation of interprofessional education into our curriculum. I am excited to stand with Des Moines University's new student body behind the experienced and capable hands of Dr. Franklin as we move forward into the coming school year. From all of the students in the College of Health Sciences, we wish you well. Thank you.
Dr. Franklin, honored guests, faculty, administration, and fellow students. My name is Casey Ebert. I'm a member of the class of 2013 and the Iowa Podiatric Medical Students Association president, which acts as the student government president for the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery. I hope that each of you has had the opportunity to visit our Des Moines University campus. Once on campus, it does not take long to notice the outstanding facilities and high level of technology present at our institution. The Wellness Center, the Patient Simulation Lab, the Anatomy Labs, Surgery Labs, and Standardized Patient Assessment Laboratory impress students from across the country and aid in their decision to attend DMU. The ever-evolving technology facilitates a superior educational experience and will continue to do so in years to come. However, my message to you, Dr. Franklin, is while our campus must continue to explore new and improved technologies to enhance the curriculum, we must not lose sight of the most important entities of our education today, care and compassion. As technologies become more advanced and lifestyles become more rapidly paced and demanding, it will become more and more challenging to provide quality patient interactions and care. As we work through the rigorous academics and schedules of medical school, it is vital that we remember the importance of being patient, empathetic, attentive, and compassionate. These characteristics will form a foundation for our future patient interactions and will follow us far into our professional lives. After all, it is the patient-focused, humanistic philosophy emphasized on this campus that continues to set graduates of Des Moines University apart from the rest. Students at DMU are also fortunate to be provided with a strong ethical framework. After all, technology will be indispensable in diagnosis and treatment, but it is not technology that will resolve some of the difficult and often conflicting situations that we may encounter through our whole professional years. For those situations and many others that will unfold during our practice years, we need an education strong not only in the sciences, but in the art, the ethics, and the humanism of healthcare as well. Dr. Franklin, as you are confirmed as the 15th president of Des Moines University, I would like to ask that you continue to embrace a university that prioritizes patients' needs and continually reminds students and faculty of the compassionate nature that initially led them to the field of medicine. The College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery welcomes you and wishes you nothing but the best in the months and years ahead. Welcome and thank you.
Dr. Franklin, member of boards, faculty, fellow students, and guests. I'm Akash Shah, President of Student Government Association for College of Osteopathic Medicine. I'm honored to represent our student body in delivering this call to service. During past year, students have worked with faculty and staff to replace the current honor code with a new code that reflects value, defining all that we should be, rather than action we should avoid. The new professional integrity code replaces "you shall not" with "you shall." Integrity was defined by 4 key values of honesty, accountability, collaboration, and inclusiveness. Within the code, students are responsible for personally demonstrating honesty and accountability in all endeavors. However, for the other 2 values, students pledge to support a climate of collaboration, a culture of inclusiveness. Matt has already covered collaboration in his call to interprofessional education. Dr. Franklin, I would like to call upon you, faculty, and administration to strengthen the inclusiveness as a core value of our university. We envision a university environment where students, faculty, and staff embraces and celebrates the differences we share with each other and the community who will serve as a future healthcare provider. We want to enjoy educational benefits of diverse perspective and experiences, of being trained in culture competence so that we understand healthcare and disease based upon culture, ethnicity, gender, socioeconomic class, spirituality and religion, age, sexual orientation, and disability. We want to ensure that students at Des Moines University are culturally effective with respect to the great diversity of human condition. By providing us with this type of clinical education, we will indeed become more competent healthcare providers. However, more important outcome here is to improve healthcare delivery to a vastly diverse population of future patients. Dr. Franklin, my call to you, to faculty, to my fellow students, is to work together to create a culture at Des Moines University in which difference is valued, disparity in healthcare are recognized, and inclusiveness is practiced as a core component of integrity. The students in College of Osteopathic Medicine wish you great success and great happiness as the president of this university. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Tracy Bush, and I am the chair and program director of the Doctor of Physical Therapy program and an extremely proud member of Des Moines University's faculty. Dr. Franklin, I am both honored and humbled to stand before you today as a representative of Des Moines University's faculty. It is my sincere hope that my words appropriately articulate the views and opinions of the faculty. It has been said that there are 3 ingredients to a successful organization: a clear and noble mission, a dedicated group of workers, and a knowledgeable leader. In my opinion, when the organization is an academic institution, there is another element that can enhance success. That is a strong relationship between the leader, the faculty, and the staff in which they lead. A relationship that is built on mutual respect, a clear understanding of the challenges and opportunities each may face in the completion of their respective duties, and perhaps most important, trust in the commitment that each has in the success of the institution. I consider myself privileged to have the opportunity to call myself a member of Des Moines University's faculty. My colleagues are outstanding teachers, productive scholars, talented clinicians, and individuals with a passion to serve. They are committed to the mission of this institution and work tirelessly to meet the needs of the various constituencies they have pledged to serve. Likewise, I consider the faculty very fortunate to have you as our president, our leader, our visionary. We are most impressed with your experience and your previous successes. We know of your accomplishments, your credibility, and what others have said is your commitment to excellence. As we work together to form a solid and productive partnership, we as a faculty will continue to meet our goals and to strive to excel under the guidance of your leadership. We ask that you appreciate and understand our strengths while at the same time help us to identify opportunities for improvement. Dr. Franklin, it is my call to you and my sincere hope that you can look into the future and see Des Moines University not as it is, but how it should be, what it can be. As you work to guide the institution in this new direction, I would like to emphasize that the faculty will provide you with their knowledge, their resources, their efforts, and dedication to help you meet with success along this journey. It was once said, you get the best efforts from others, not by lighting a fire beneath them, but by building a fire within. Education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and the world better than you found it. The faculty of Des Moines University looks forward to providing continued services to this outstanding institution and to the various local, national, and international constituencies and communities we serve. We have confidence in your leadership, and together we will continue to do a world of good. On behalf of the faculty, welcome, we support you, and we look forward to working with you.
Good morning. I'm Karen McLean, and I am the provost here at Des Moines University. Earlier this month, we remembered the events of 9/11. I suspect that almost everyone here remembers exactly what they were doing on that particular day. I was in a meeting when someone said, "Quick, turn on the TV." We watched the first World Trade Center tower collapse. News commentators speculated on whether this was an accident or an act of terrorism, and then the second tower collapsed. As we tried to make sense of something that seemed absolutely senseless, the associate provost, a historian by discipline, calmly remarked, "This is a seminal event in this country's history. Things will never be the same." And how right she was. Now you might be asking yourselves, what does 9/11 have to do with the presidential inauguration? Well, someday in the not too distant future, I think we will look back at this day and say that the installation of Dr. Angela Walker Franklin was a seminal event in the history of Des Moines University. Her commitment to academic excellence has been very apparent in the 7 months since she has been at the helm. She has brought a fresh perspective and a new set of eyes to look at long-standing challenges. I suggest that in 10 years, we will be a more integrated institution, better known in the region, with even stronger academic programs. This statement is not meant to detract from the previous presidents who have led this institution. Their energies and diligent work to achieve solid fiscal footing, build outstanding physical facilities, and recruit excellent faculty and staff have paved the way for transformational change. Each of the DMU commencement ceremonies over which Dr. Franklin has presided have ended with her charge to the graduates. Part of that charge is to dream big. Dr. Franklin walks that talk. She herself dreams big. She not only dreams, but she is one who can inspire, motivate, and turn an idea, a vision, into reality. Over the past few months, Dr. Franklin has initiated a new strategic planning process. She has asked us to take a hard look at who we are, why we exist, and more importantly, what we want to become. The result of that work has been new draft mission and vision statements. The campus has been invited to provide feedback on these drafts. Now, I've heard a few say that the vision is too bold, too ambitious. However, I know that many others are energized by the thought of achieving that vision and believe we are up to that task. Dr. Franklin's leadership will allow us to make an exponential leap and achieve that very bold vision, which includes moving from educators to leaders in innovative health education, cultivators of distinctive faculty and student researchers, partners in the delivery of premier services, and consultants in healthy community transformation. Dr. Franklin's strong academic background and philosophy of servant leadership make her the right individual to lead this institution and its next stage of growth and development. I am confident that her leadership will allow us to achieve that very ambitious vision, and someday we will look back upon this time and say, indeed, it was a seminal event in our institution's history. Thank you.
Good morning. I am Marcia Grassman-Hammers. As president of the Des Moines University Alumni Association Board of Directors and a graduate of the Healthcare Administration program within the College of Health Science, I welcome you here today. It is a great honor to speak to you on behalf of the more than 11,000 DMU alumni whom I serve as their president. I am grateful to my fellow alumni board members and those alumni who serve on the 3 college councils for their dedication to serve Des Moines University and its students. These are exciting times at Des Moines University. Under the leadership of President Angela Walker Franklin, we expect continued growth and amazing accomplishments of our students, academically, in service to the community, and their passion to patients and their professions. We live in a world where healthcare delivery is complex and barely understood by those outside of the industry. Healthcare today requires a team approach. I believe the distinguished history of Des Moines University, its evolution to a full spectrum of healthcare degrees, illustrates the foresight of earlier university leaders in recognizing the need for multiple professions to promote wellness as well as care of the sick. In 1981, the College of Health Sciences began to develop as the physician assistant degree was first offered. During the 1980s, the college grew with the addition of healthcare administration, physical therapy, and public health degrees. This broad array of programs offered through the College of Health Science illustrates the university's commitment to educating a diverse base of professionals dedicated to providing humanistic and compassionate care in collaboration with other members of the healthcare team, required to meet the needs of today's healthcare consumers. As Alumni Association President, I am pleased to work with the first ever Unified Association and Board of Directors. Earlier this year, we brought together all 3 of the university's college alumni boards into a single entity led by one board of directors. As our mission attests, we are here to build lifelong interprofessional relationships and support the financial stability and future of our university, its mission, and strategic plan initiatives. I call on my fellow alumni to become and remain continuously involved in the university in support of the students, whether by contributing to scholarships, sponsoring white coats, offering clinical rotation sites, supporting internships, or serving as preceptors or mentors. I say, get active, be involved, stay in touch. President Franklin, I ask that you call on us, the Des Moines University alumni, as we call on you to lead today's students to the greater good of humanity and their future in doing a world of good. We support you in your efforts and look forward to many years of positive interaction and continued growth. Thank you.
My name is Hal Hatchett. I'm a graduate of the College of Podiatric Medicine and a member of the University Board of Trustees. President Franklin, fellow board members, faculty, staff, students of Des Moines University, and honored guests, I'm truly honored to be able to speak for the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery here today. As an alumni of the college and a native South Carolinian, I'm thrilled to be here to celebrate Dr. Franklin's inauguration as the president of Des Moines University. The university and board of trustees had the vision to expand and establish the College of Podiatric Medicine 30 years ago, and CPMS became the first school of podiatry within a health sciences university. The first class graduated in 1986 with 30 students, and the current graduating class, the class of 2012, will have 57. Our dean, Dr. Tim Yoho, has been the dean of the college since 1997. And the vision of the college is to attract highly motivated students to learn in a distinctive program of podiatric medical education where they're taught and mentored by faculty recognized for their clinical competencies and scientific contributions. Students acquire the tools for success and the leadership skills to excel in today's dynamic healthcare environment. For the past decade, Part 1 and 2 board scores have exceeded the national average, and the college has placed 100% of its qualified graduates in residency programs over the past 5 years. This is directly attributed to the entire faculty at the university who educate and inspire our future doctors of podiatric medicine to go to every corner of the United States and become leaders in our profession. I am confident that with Dr. Franklin's leadership and vision, the university will continue to enjoy the success of the past and will strive to lead the nation in the education and training of our future doctors of osteopathic medicine, doctors of podiatric medicine, our future physicians, assistants, and physical therapists, and our healthcare administrators. Our university is uniquely suited to fulfill its goals to educate and inspire its students, enhance communication and engagement across all medical professions, and to be the destination of choice for highly successful faculty and staff. Today I charge President Franklin to continue to make Des Moines University a model for education in preparing the most qualified and motivated students for their professions while establishing a lifelong connection to the university and their college. Dr. Franklin, thank you for being here to lead and support our university and my alma mater. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Good morning. There are few of you who can have an appreciation for this day as I. It was 60 years ago, almost, that I first came to what was Des Moines Steel College of Osteopathy, and I did not think I would live to see this day. You know, how much can one man take? I celebrated the election of Obama as the first African-American president of the United States, and now Angela Walker Franklin as the president of Des Moines University. I did not know I could live long enough to see this happen. I was back here just a few months ago for the 55th anniversary of my class graduation. 55 years, 1956 is when I graduated from here. 2 of us showed up. My friend Dick Coates, and I saw a program. They had a nice, pretty program there, and I saw a list of names on the program, and I started looking for my name. I did not see my name on there. And then I came to the realization, those are the dead ones. they didn't even bother to list the live ones. So I said, well, we do this every 5 years. And I said, I'll come back in another 5 years for my class reunion, Dr. Coates. And if my name is on that list, I will not come back anymore. I came to Des Moines in 1952 off a farm in rural Georgia. This was a new and different environment for me. Was I afraid? Yes, I had no idea. I had never been to any place like Iowa. I heard a lot of bad things about Iowa, but I'd not been here. But as I was wandering the hall in what was our college, it was a converted apartment building, by the way, and across the street was our hospital, which was a converted mortuary, you know, in case we made a mistake, we wouldn't have to carry the mayor park. It was already working. They changed the stand outside. But I was greeted by a resident who saw me wandering around in a maze, and he says, "You're new here, aren't you?" I said, "Yeah." Took me by the hand, "Let me show you around our campus." That's a campus. But it endeared me to Des Moines Steel College of Osteopathy, and what has now become Des Moines University. He set the tone for me of what the college was to one day become a university. I'm so proud to be here. And congratulations, Dr. Franklin, for your leadership and you being here. And to the members of the Board of Trustees, I was one a few years ago, and to members of the faculty and administration and the student body and members of the Des Moines community, let me express my appreciation to you for how you have embraced the ideals of this university and have made it the great university that it has become. Des Moines University has a rich heritage as we install our next, the 15th president. This university has produced not just academicians and clinicians, but has produced leaders in the health professions. I'm very proud to be a part of that group of graduates who were able to then take leadership roles in other arenas and other disciplines in the healthcare arena. As a 1956 graduate, longtime past member of the Board of Trustees, I'm proud to charge Dr. Franklin with the rights and privileges of serving this university and with the duties and responsibilities that challenge here too. Together, we as alumni, board members, as members of the Des Moines community, we pledge our support to you and your future endeavors. Because I want to live a little bit longer, because I would like to see even more and greater things come up this university. I'm so proud to bring people back here to see what my college has now become. And I'm sure all of us who graduated from here are so proud of what it has become. So to the health professions that are represented here, continue to be proud of the heritage that this university has, but also make a commitment to our new president and to the university itself, that we will make certain that in the future it will become even bigger and better. Congratulations again, and thank you for the opportunity of being here to help install you.
Thank you, Dr. Anderson. And of course, it's absolutely unfair to ask any speaker to follow Dr. Anderson. But that's exactly what we're going to do of our guest. Our final call to service will be delivered by a special friend and mentor to our new president. Dr. Lewis W. Sullivan was appointed by President George H.W. Bush to the position of United States Secretary of Health and Human Services in 1989. During his 4 years of service, Dr. Sullivan released Healthy People 2000, introduced improved FDA food labeling, led a public education program on the dangers of tobacco use, inaugurated a $100 million minority male health initiative, and implemented increased ethnic and gender diversity at the HHS, including the appointment of the first female director of the NIH and the first female and Hispanic to the position of Surgeon General. Dr. Sullivan was the founding dean of the Morehouse College of Medicine and served there for more than 2 decades. He now serves on numerous boards, commissions, and committees. Dr. Franklin fondly describes Dr. Sullivan as her friend and mentor, and the individual who, more than any other, allowed her to explore her potential and expand her leadership talents. He remains her dear friend and trusted advisor today. Please help me welcome Dr. Sullivan.
It's a great pleasure for me to be here with all of you today to celebrate this unique event. Before I make my remarks, there's one thing that Dr. Anderson failed to mention in terms of leadership. As you know, as a graduate of this institution, he was the first African-American president of the American Osteopathic Association. And we're very proud of that, and we were pleased to have him visit Morehouse School of Medicine during that time. He provided and continues to provide great leadership to the health professionals. Some years ago, Dr. Franklin, who was then our Dean for Students and Admissions at Morehouse School of Medicine, came to my office, and indeed I was always pleased to have her come because she had provided great leadership, many contributions to the development of our institution. Because Morehouse School of Medicine is a young institution, having been founded in 1975. She had joined us in the Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Sciences in 1986. But during the time she was at Morehouse School of Medicine, she participated in the development of many of our procedures, our convocations, our commencements, our white coat ceremonies, and many other things that really describe the character, the environment of an institution. In this way, she contributed many thoughts, many suggestions. She always gave them with great deference, great courtesy, but you knew that underneath that was a strong idea coming from a strong-willed individual. So we appreciated the contributions she was making to our institution. But on that visit, Dr. Franklin said, "I want to enlarge my vision for my career. I want to be a president." So you can see that her arrival here at Des Moines is not an accident. It's the result of careful planning, thinking of tomorrow, of an enlarged responsibility, greater influence, and in all of those ways, she has succeeded. Now, as president of this institution, you need an individual who has a great vision that she has. You need someone who is a hard worker. She works very diligently. You need someone who not only has the vision, but also has the analytical skills and doesn't miss the details. That you have in Dr. Franklin. She's a team builder, and she's able to bring people together to do things they didn't think could be done. And I know that will be her tenure here at your university. So I say to you, Des Moines University, congratulations on choosing a great leader. And to my friend, Angela Franklin, I say, congratulations. You now have a larger platform, a greater opportunity, and we look forward to your leadership and your many contributions to leading this institution as well as the national stage in improving the health professions. Congratulations.
I'm now pleased to ask the chairman of the board, Dr. James Brecken, and Dr. Franklin to come to the podium for the official investiture. On this, the 50th anniversary year of my graduation from this wonderful institution, I'm extremely proud, somewhat humbled, and honored to present the Board of Trustees, represent the Board of Trustees in the investiture of our 15th president. Tongue-tied. We speak of the investiture as being symbolic of the transfer of power. It is also symbolic of the transfer of traditions and values that are inherent in the culture of this university. In order to share and affirm publicly the importance of our institutional heritage, we employ several historic symbols presented by the deans of the university's 3 colleges, both inside and
Good morning. I am Dr. Jody Cahalan, Dean for the College of Health Sciences and a proud alumna of Des Moines University. The deans appreciate the historical legacy that students inherit when they enroll in this university. Scholarship of the highest level, service to the community and to the underserved, and collegial support are indeed institutional trademarks. Throughout many decades, historical publications attest to the many activities in which students were encouraged to be engaged, to work together to achieve individual dreams and accomplishments, to take advantage of learning opportunities both inside and outside the classroom. To symbolize this legacy of campus engagement, I am pleased to present to Dr. Franklin this copy of the 1905 Still College Yearbook, the Nucleolus, the earliest identified in our history. Additionally, I commit to you that the deans will work to ensure that our students display the same compassion, care, and allegiance in order to continue the rich heritage described in the pages of this yearbook.
Seeing all those white coats out there never gets old. Always great to see students. My name is Tim Yoho. I'm the Dean of the College of Podiatric Medicine and Surgery. President Franklin, the Dean, see great optimism in the road we will travel together in the coming years, just as it is our responsibility to ensure that students develop the skills they will need to be successful in a rapidly changing healthcare landscape. We also look forward to working with you to develop caring, compassionate leaders who are prepared for an increasingly diverse society. To symbolize the teaching and learning that has been the primary mission of this university for 113 years, I present to Dr. Franklin a copy of the classic text by Dr. William Osler, The Principles and Practice of Medicine, first issued in 1892. Just as Dr. Osler guided the practice of medicine for many years, we look forward to your leadership to guide our university and fulfill the hope and promise of our talented students, committed faculty, and dedicated workforce. Congratulations, Dr. Franklin.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Kendall Reed, Dean of the College of Osteopathic Medicine. Dr. Franklin, I'm holding in my hands the first graduation announcement for this institution, representing the longevity, the high aspirations, and the historical legacy of the university. From the time our founders first gathered in 1898 to establish the School of Osteopathy, through several name changes and an expansion from a single college to a university, the times call for determination, vision, and commitment. That endures today. As a symbol of that endurance, I present to Dr. Franklin this graduation announcement from 1899 on behalf of the thousands of osteopathic and podiatric physicians, physical therapists, physician assistants, scientists, and public health and healthcare administrators who were and have been educated at Des Moines University, and who now work to improve the healthcare delivery both locally, regionally, and nationally. Congratulations, Dr. Dr. Franklin, as you accept these historic symbols and assume the presidency with all its responsibilities, please also accept an offering from the DMU community. Faculty, students, administrators, employees, and friends, we offer you our commitment, our careful attention, and our full support. Congratulations.
Angela Walker Franklin, you have been called to serve as
president of Des Moines University. The Board of Trustees is confident that in your years of experience and your lifelong commitment to quality education will serve you well in this capacity. Your career has been composed of a series of responsibilities and challenges capably performed, as well as opportunities recognized. We know that you'll continue to be successful in your undertakings as president of Des Moines University. By virtue of the authority of the Board of Trustees of Des Moines University, I commit to you the Articles of Incorporation of Des Moines University and cause Presidential Medallion, a symbol of the office of President, to be placed upon your shoulder. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 15th President of Des Moines University, Dr. Angela Walker Franklin.
Thank you, Dr. Greckens. Thank you, Dr. Baker. Thanks to the esteemed members of the Board of Trustees, distinguished members of the platform participating in the ceremony, members of my honorary inaugural steering committee, my colleagues in the academy, those delegates representing colleges, universities, and associations around the country, the faculty, students, alumni and staff, family and friends. I am so pleased and proud to accept the challenge to serve as the 15th president of Des Moines University, and I am honored and privileged to gather with you on this very exciting and special day. I accept the medallion and the Articles of Incorporation as symbols of the leadership of this institution, and I accept the calls to service and the charges of the students, the faculty, the administration, and the alumni, and the expectations you have for me in lifting this institution up to the next level. The artifacts presented by our deans, reflecting our beginnings, will be treasured and protected. As I listened and reflected on the many words of encouragement and the excitement conveyed, I am confident that we together can achieve and continue to strive for excellence in all that we do. We will continue to boast of our record of academic excellence and a track record of providing compassionate and patient-centered professionals for this region, this country, and the world. I would also like to extend my deepest gratitude and appreciation to my family for traveling alongside me on this journey. My husband Thaddeus and my 3 sons, Wesley, Brandon, Jordan, have been a constant source of pride and support, many times making their own personal sacrifices and adjustments for the good of the entire family, and I thank you for that. We made a family commitment, and I am pleased that we now are all here together. And as you know, we traveled a long distance to get here. My hometown of McCormick, South Carolina is some 1,100 miles away. Of course, there were a few stops along the way: 4 years in Greenville, South Carolina, at Furman University, 20 years in Atlanta, Georgia, at Emory University and Morehouse School of Medicine, and 4 years in Nashville, Tennessee at Meharry Medical College. But my roots were firmly planted in a little town in South Carolina. My parents, Herbie Wesley Walker Jr. and Leola Grant Walker, still live in McCormick and are here with me today. And my sister, Dr. Maria Walker Thompson, and her family are here with me from Atlanta. Of course, there are so many other family and friends who have made this journey with me. Some here today in person, and others sending well wishes in spirit, and I am pleased. Those who have known me for a while know that I have often talked about the fact that I tend to gather people along the way as I journey through life. And I've made lifelong friendships. There's a phrase that it takes a village to raise a child. And sometimes it appears as if I have formed a village of friends, well-wishers, mentors, and supporters along the way. Perhaps it resonates from the early teachings from my parents of adhering to the principles of the Golden Rule. I've come to know and value the intrinsic power of this very simple message as I first think of how I would like to be treated as I engage with others. So I thank my friends and colleagues from my alma mater, Emory University, from my graduate school, Emory University, from my first place of employment, Morehouse School of Medicine, where I lived for 20 years, and Meharry Medical College. The relationships I established and the friendships I will always treasure and cherish, and I thank each of you for making this journey with me. I must also take a few minutes to acknowledge my new community here in Des Moines, Iowa. As a Southerner, you grow up hearing of the virtues of Southern hospitality. I must admit, Midwestern hospitality is equally strong and positive, and my family and I have been impressed with the considerable outpouring of support from this community. I have again begun the process of acquiring new friends here in this great city. From the Governor Terry Branstad, who was the immediate past president of Des Moines University, who is traveling internationally today, Mayor Frank County, who has welcomed me into this city, colleagues in other institutions of higher education, business leaders, social and civic clubs, churches, and various other associations. I thank you for the warm welcome and look forward to partnering with you on many initiatives for the good of this community. The words of welcome and support give me considerable personal satisfaction because this has been quite a personal and professional journey for me to this place. However, the focus of today should not be on any one individual. The leaders of the past would number 15 as of this day. However, there's so much more that defines this institution and its greatness and hope for the future. I stand upon the shoulders of the leaders of the past, but also acknowledge the commitment of those toiling in the trenches who helped to define who we are. The committed faculty and the dedicated staff over the years have stood up when they sometimes felt like falling down to ensure that we will forever be mindful of the fact that our reason for being was for the students, the trainees who will go out to be of service. As I've said from the very beginning of this journey, this day is not so much about me, but about this great institution, Des Moines University. So today we celebrate an institution. We gather to rejoice in the university's history, its traditions, its successes, and its rich potential. So where did this all begin? Des Moines University has evolved from its very modest yet noble founding in 1898 by Summerfield Saunders Still, the nephew of the founder of osteopathy, Andrew Taylor Still. And of course, Summerfield Saunders Still's wife, Ella Doherty Still, was also part of that founding. We began as the S.S. Still College of Osteopathy, and over this 113-year history, we have undergone several name changes and locations. What has been preserved, however, is the spirit and tenacity of our founding fathers and mothers, who were forever striving for validation, and excellence in the delivery of care. We have had a long and distinguished history. We were one of the first osteopathic institutions to offer a diploma rather than a certificate to its graduates. We're among the first to lead osteopathic education to adopt a 4-year program of professional studies. We're the first college of osteopathic medicine and surgery to be accepted into membership into the Association of Academic Health Centers. We're the first health sciences university to be born out of an osteopathic college, the first osteopathic medical school to begin a physician's assistant program, and the first college of podiatric medicine and surgery established in a health sciences university. There were many early accomplishments, and this institution has persevered, sometimes in spite of its many challenges. This very point was acknowledged in the address President Leonard Asnier, our 11th president, made in 1983 at the first Founders Day program, and I quote from him: "There were dark days when many believed that this institution could not survive, even as a college of osteopathic medicine. Its demise was foretold and the obituary had already been written. When, like a zenith rising almost from the ashes, the future of this institution began to unfold anew. This time it was painted in the bold strokes of hope and courage, of faith in self, and commitment to the osteopathic medical philosophy. Although no longer with us, we acknowledge the contributions of President Asnier, who was described as a builder and led this institution forward in spite of the many challenges before him. In that same Founders Day program, keynote speaker Dr. Murray Goldstein, who was a noted alum from the class of 1950 and the first DO to work with the National Institutes of Health, and at the time of the visit, the Assistant Surgeon General of the U.S. Public Health Service, also challenged this university to decide what it will be when it grows up. He challenged us to reach maturity, become a university of health sciences, and enter the community of scholars. He challenged us in the spirit of rededication to direct this university to being a center of academic excellence in education, in community service, and in the pursuit of new knowledge. The challenge was addressed in the establishment of additional training programs during the 80s to expand the healthcare team to include training in podiatric medicine and surgery, and several programs in the College of Health Sciences, physician's assistant program, physical therapy, post-professional physical therapy, public health, and healthcare administration. Those statements were made in 1983 at our first Founders Day program, and acknowledged and reaffirmed later by President Richard Ryan in our 100th year anniversary in 1998. And to his credit, President Emeritus Richard Ryan, who's here with us today, our Health Sciences University again raised the bar and realized a period of growth and stability in our academic programs, which focus on excellence and credibility. Governor Branstad continued the push forward in raising greater awareness of the university, its mission, its vision, and the impact that it has on this city, this region, and the nation. So here we are today, a health sciences university, a unique configuration of colleges and programs that now defines us. What a wonderful journey, what a wonderful track record we now enjoy. So I come to this place understanding and respecting the history, and I am mindful of the challenges, the worries, the setbacks, the revolutions, and the successes of the past. However, I intend to take the wisdom of the leaders from the past, the goodwill and personal triumphs of those who soldiered on down in the trenches, those who endured but were forever focused on what could be, and combine that with the desire and willingness to be so much better than we ever imagined before. What an amazing transformation there has been from those early days from the Still College building at 1428 West Locust Street in downtown Des Moines. to the now sprawling 24-acre campus at 3200 Grand Avenue. There's so much we can be proud of today. So where do we go from here? At my first commencement this year in May, I gave a charge to the graduating class. The charge began with a favorite quote of mine, which is, "Know that you will make your living by what you get, but you will make a life by what you give." I ask that they go and serve by fulfilling the mission of this school and the delivery of medical care, in the advancement of knowledge, and in strengthening our system of health care. I ask that they reach far, dream colossal dreams, set audacious goals, be bold in leadership, and in the name of service to mankind, be possessed of an outrageous ambition to make things better. In a similar way that I charge the students, I would like to also give a charge to the entire campus community. We have been very deliberate in the past few months in working together. The Board of Trustees, the alumni, the administrators, faculty, staff, and students in helping define who we are and what we hope to convey as our purpose, our core values, and our vision for the future. So whereas we are in the midst of this process, I'm asking that we too reach far, dream colossal dreams, and set audacious goals. Our collective vision for the future should be rich with outrageous ambition to make things better, not just for our students, our faculty, our staff, but for the larger community. I ask that we dream big and set aspirational goals, but be forever mindful of the steps. Sometimes first steps, sometimes baby steps, but we must take the effort to move forward. I have taken to heart the position recently offered by Dr. Steve Wortman of the Association of Academic Health Centers, who states, health sciences universities like us should no longer be able to say that their missions are solely education, research, and service or patient care. Missions instead must be viewed as functions that enable institutions to achieve their overarching mission, which ultimately is the improved health and well-being of their communities. In order to do this, we must be deliberate in what has been called a recalibration, a value proposition for all academic health centers. As we look to the future, we must make sure that education is more explicitly linked to societal needs, research to health, patient care to specific community and regional needs. And we cannot do that alone without the community and the recognition of the fact that there are other members of the team who will be there with us in shaping the future of healthcare. Interprofessional collaborations and interprofessional training will be at the center of these new recalibrations. So what is the expectation for the future of health sciences universities like Des Moines University? I would offer that we be very deliberate and be bold in our vision. I believe we too must recalibrate. Not only does it mean a new way of thinking to embrace best practices, but also boldness in approach, which requires that we become very deliberate in our effort to connect with the community at large. So I can imagine a Des Moines University of the future that has become a destination institution where we will be recognized nationally for our innovative health education programs which promote lifelong learning. We will be recognized as a leader and partner in the delivery of premier services that impact health, wellness, and education in our communities. We will partner to engage in transforming our communities to be healthy and well. And we will value the discovery of knowledge and cultivate distinctive faculty and student researchers with a commitment to health and excellence. Personally, I have a passion for higher education and a commitment to academic excellence. My vision for the future of Des Moines University centers around a simple principle of excellence. In order to raise the bar and strive to be bold in our vision, we must never forget and be forever mindful of the fact that we are all in this together. In all that we do, we place the highest priority on respect for the dignity and diversity of the members of the entire campus community, patients, students, faculty, employees, and volunteers. We are committed to supporting professional, intellectual, and emotional growth so that all may have the opportunity to fulfill their potential and achieve their goals. We also embrace values of honesty, accountability, collaboration, and inclusiveness as the basic tenets of integrity. We are committed to fostering a climate that doesn't just tolerate differences, but treasures them, because we become better citizens of this world and better healthcare providers when we embrace the rich opportunities afforded to us when we learn from our differences. I see Des Moines University becoming a destination institution for individuals committed to learning in an environment which promotes excellence. From the delivery of the curriculum and state-of-the-art facilities, hands-on learning experiences which stress the personal touch in a compassionate and holistic manner, and a curriculum which addresses culturally competent care. And as we promote health and wellness, we embrace a philosophy which challenges us to shift from an illness model to a wellness model of care. We cannot be excellent, we cannot be great until we focus and prioritize our efforts. How we get there will take additional resources, which is the focus of a concerted effort which began in conjunction with the inauguration to provide fiscally for all that we hope to become. The Educational Excellence Fund is central to this vision for the future, and I would like to publicly thank all of you who have made a commitment to join with us in this journey by lending support. So here again I reflect on the phrase, it takes a village, not just for raising children, but for raising up an academic health center, a health sciences university, a Des Moines University. We are all in this together, this board of trustees, the administrative staff, the faculty, the students, the alumni, the community and business leaders, and our friends and supporters. We are doing a world of good. What it means is that we will be very deliberate in our mission, we will be very intentional in our approach, and we will be committed to doing what is right with integrity and compassion, all for the good of others. And since our mission of improving lives in the global community by educating diverse groups of compassionate health professionals is at the heart and soul of who we are and our purpose, we must be very deliberate in charting our path for the future. How shall we do it? Given our purpose, given our vision for the future, we will continue to stand on one simple principle. That is, we will remain committed to health and committed to excellence in all that we do. I accept the calls to service, and I challenge us all to move forward together in striving for excellence. And as I heed the call to service, and I accept the challenge for leadership, and reaffirm my own personal core values of inclusivity, integrity, compassion, and collaboration, and my commitment to integral leadership and servant leadership, then let us go forward in celebrating Des Moines University for all that it has been and all that it will become, for we are truly doing a world of good with a commitment to health and excellence. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, Dr. Franklin. I would like to once again introduce Karen Parks to deliver a vocal medley. She developed in honor of the installation of our new president. Is accompanied by Janet Bradford.
Thank you, Ms. Parks and Ms. Bradford, for sharing your gifts with us today. This ceremony installing Dr. Angela Walker Franklin as president of Des Moines University is now complete. All persons in the academic procession will stand for the recessional. Guests should remain seated until the official party has exited the hall. Dr. Franklin will greet guests in the West Lobby. We thank you all for joining us for the celebration of our academic heritage and unity.